I drive around my own town, well, and I see this everywhere now. Massive, huge, big complexes, dance studios, fitness centers, speed and agility companies. And then there's turf fields all under one roof, new ones all the time. And stick with me because by the end of this, you're going to know something, well, most parents never even think to check. Turns out, well, I'm not just imagining this. I'm by no means making any of this up. It's fully documented. It's a complete fact. Over 3,000 of these places will have gone up across the country just in the last 10 years. And get this, in the last 2 years alone, over $2.5 billion have poured into buildings and upgrading these places. That giant complex your kid practices in, well, it's not just a rec center, it's an investment. And your kid, well, they're the return. Indoor facilities, they run year round. There's no off season, there's no weather shutdown. That's steady cash every single month, all year. Well, investors know that. And that's why the money keeps pouring in. So the next time you write a check for court time, field time, studio time, remember, you're the customer that they built this whole thing around. But here's the thing, and stick with me, because this is where it actually gets good. The buildings, well, they're only half of it. There's a number you won't find on any building. You'll find it on a tax form. Look, a lot of these travel clubs are non-profits. And that means, well, by law, anybody can see their financials. It's public knowledge. It's called a 990 form. And I started reading them, lots of them, from all the top sports in some of the biggest markets in the country. And I kept finding the same thing. Clubs bringing in millions and sitting on big surpluses of cash, which means money left over. And in a lot of these cases, it's not just a few dollars. Okay, so non-profits, they can keep some of the money in the bank. That's fine. Accountants have asked, they say, well, the norm is around 6 months of operating, bills, basic overhead. That's totally normal. But some of these clubs have way more than 6 months just parked in the bank. So I got to ask, well, what's it for? Is it a new field? Are they looking to invest in a new gym? Maybe they're buying a turf field or a baseball diamond with batting cages somewhere. Fine, maybe. Could be a good reason, right? But here's what actually gets me. Fees, well, they keep going up every year. You felt that. The travel sports costs are up something like 46% in the last few years alone, right across the board. So if a club's sitting on way more cash than they need, shouldn't your fees be going down, not up? Think about that for a second. Those higher uniform costs this year, the higher tournament fees, the higher equipment, and the club's sitting on a pile of cash? Something doesn't add up. None of this makes these places evil. Non-for-profits, well, they're allowed to hold reserves. That's normal. Kids need somewhere to play. I'm not saying don't go. I'm saying know what you're actually a part of. So here's something you can do right now, today. Go to the website ProPublica's Nonprofit Explorer. Type it in Google, you'll find it. Type in your city and look for your club's name. It's there. Pull up their 990 form. Read it. Read all of it. And then at the next parent meeting, ask, we're a non-profit, right? And where does the surplus go? And if the room gets really quiet or there's pushback, well, there's your answer. Look, I don't work for any club out there. None of them pay me a dime. I just think you deserve to see, well, what I've seen. Go look at your own club's numbers now. That's all I'm asking. You might be pleasantly surprised, and it might change your view about how you write that check.